The man was filming with his camera when suddenly, the grass ahead of him rustled. Curious, he moved closer only to find a massive crocodile lurking there. Terrified, he dropped his camera onto the ground. He thought if he stayed completely still, the crocodile might not notice him, but the injury on his arm gave away his position. In the next instant, the crocodile lunged at him. Despite its enormous size, the creature moved incredibly fast. The man tried to run, but it was useless. In the end, he became the crocodile's next meal. This brutal beast wasn't just any crocodile. Over the course of several years, it had killed more than 100 people. The local villagers lived in constant fear. The incident attracted massive attention. An American news company quickly took interest. The company's boss decided to send a team to Africa to cover the story. Reporters Aisha and Dean were assigned to lead the expedition, along with Nick, a professional crocodile hunter brought in to capture the beast. They were flown out on a private jet provided by the company. Also joining them was James, the team's cameraman. Under Nick's leadership, local residents had already begun setting up a crocodile trap. They constructed an enormous steel cage, and by the next day, everything was ready to go. The entire farming community showed up at the site, a clear sign of how much they hated that crocodile. The team trekked across a vast stretch of grassland, hiking until sunset. At last, they arrived at a river known for frequent crocodile sightings. They immediately got to work, setting up their trap. A goat was placed inside the massive cage as bait. Now, they just had to wait for the predator to take the bait. Suddenly, the surveillance monitors picked up movement on the water's surface. The crocodile had appeared, but for some reason, it didn't approach the cage. Instead, it slipped back into the water. Seeing this, Nick quickly pulled the trigger and launched a tracking device, successfully tagging the crocodile. Startled, the creature fled. There was no choice but to call off the operation for the night. At around 2 a.m., a villager named Makala snuck down to the river under the cover of darkness. He climbed into the steel cage and began shouting across the water, trying to lure the crocodile in. But he accidentally triggered the cage's locking mechanism and got trapped inside. At that very moment, the crocodile emerged onto the riverbank and charged straight at the cage.